During my recent trip along Highway 395 in the Eastern Sierras, I was in search of the ultimate campsite and came across some amazing locations during the month of October when the high-altitude aspens were ablaze with colors. If you missed parts 1 or 2 of my ultimate campsite search, you can find them in the links above or in the description below. During this trip, I decided to do a separate video on the gear I bring with me to let you judge for yourself what items, if any, you think might be useful to you on your next overlanding trip. Please note none of the gear you see in this video is sponsored in any way. Everything was purchased by myself. Also note that I have another video which includes a walk around in my Jeep, which describes the gear placed on the outside of my rig if you are interested. Thanks for watching. Okay, so I guess the first piece of gear is going to be the table. This is from REI. It is a really good quality table. I really like it. It's really light. It's easy to set up. It's a rather big bag that you got to put away in your rig. But I like the size. You know, it's a trade-off to get the nice size table. And I definitely use a lot of this space. So that's my first review. That's the first piece of gear I bring. And this is a really nice table. I guess the only downside to the thing is it seems like it's kind of a slippery surface. I wish it was a little rougher texture or something. Because it does seem like things will slide if it's a little bit off kilter. But otherwise, good table. Alright, so you know, I think if you saw my rig walk around video I just uploaded, I have a power tank air system, a CO2 cylinder, 10-pound CO2 cylinder I use to air up my rig. But there are times when I'm not exactly sure how much air is still left in it, and then there are also times when I'm going with other people who I know may not have an air up compressor. So I bought this Viair as a backup, and it's a nice compressor. So it attaches to your battery. That's the compressor. Extra air filters, and then an airing chuck. So if I had to give this to somebody else, you know, they would have the hose, the air chuck, and the compressor, and then they can hook these up to their battery, and they got plenty of air hose to reach all 4 tires. And I have used it several times. It works great. Viair is pretty good quality usually, and it's nice and compact, and that's why I like to be able to carry it in like a work tools bag or work pro bag, and just holds everything nice and tidy. So that's my backup air up system. Okay, wheel levelers. I've tried all different things over the years, rocks especially, but these are just so handy for leveling a couple wheels or even 3 wheels, because you can set them up at different heights, and tires seem to grab onto them real easily, and so you can set them different heights. That's 3 right there, and then you can have another wheel at that level. These are just super handy. I already got some under my tires right now, so it's a stack of about that high. Not very expensive. These are by far the most convenient versus rocks or anything else, because the tires just get up on them and stay on them, versus rocks that tend to slip off all the time. So that's what I'm using now. Used to use rocks, now I use these. Okay, another Work Pro bag, and I do like, the thing I like with these bags, you can put these little, I don't know if you can see that, little patches on here. They'll kind of stick to this cord here. So this is my recovery gear bag. Okay, so the first thing I have is a tree strap. These are great to wrap around a tree and without wrapping your actual synthetic line or cable, especially wire cable around a tree. These save the tree bark from getting damaged. And this one works great. I've already used it several times. Next thing I have is a winch line dampener. So this basically goes over the winch line, and typically you put it in the middle, and then let's see, it should have, yeah, and it has pockets right here, so you can put sand or rocks in here to weight it down. Pretty neat, nice high visibility, and yeah, so that's what I also have in there. Also have, this is a not a tow strap, this is a recovery strap, the kind that have a give to them. And of course I'm blanking out on what the proper name is right now, but these are kind of like a rubber band. You start out quick and pull on the other rig, it will stretch before it actually tensions up, and it provides less damage to either vehicle if you're trying to pull somebody out of a mud pit or something, or a sand pit. This is an ARB brand. Very nice quality. ARB makes really, really nice material. This has definitely been used. I also keep soft shackles. These are awesome. I have them all over my rig. I have them in my gamma bag in the back, in this bag. So I got 2 right here of those soft shackles. I also have 2 of these straps. These can come in very handy if you break something on your rig, especially underneath. Sometimes it'll be a strap like this that will save you and get you off the trail. So keep a couple straps in there. And this is for my high lift jack to provide a connection point if I want to make the high lift jack into a winch, a horizontal winch. So you basically attach this to one end of the high lift jack, and you've got a connection point for that. I also have a couple of soft synthetic rope pulleys, and these are really nice. They're high strength. Let's see if they got a braking strength on them. 41,000 pounds. Yeah, both of these are 41,000 pound braking strength. So I like these. They're just compact. They're a little lighter than the regular shackles you'll see people using, and so yeah, that's what I like to use and have in my rig. And that's pretty much it for the recovery gear kit. Okay, the next thing we have here is Julka shower tent. This is the kind of shower tent that's you basically lift up and it opens up on its own. All the pieces are connected already. You don't have separate poles that you're trying to fit together with bungee cords connecting them all together. This is all interconnected in one piece, and you basically just lift it up and open it. And this is really nice, really large inside. That's what I really like about it, is you're not, for me I'm 6'1", and you're not cramped and feeling like you're going to hit the walls of the shower tent with your elbows and things like that. So I use this both for showers and for toilets if we're in a group of multiple people. I'll insert a little video, kind of a fast forward, sped up video of how this gets assembled. And yeah, I really like this. This is really nice quality. And Julka also makes a hot water shower system that a friend of mine has that appears to be very awesome as well. So yeah, they just appear to make really high quality products, so highly recommend the Julka shower tent. Okay, another thing I always bring with me, especially if I know I'm around trees, is a hammock. And these are the ropes that come with it. And this was just an Amazon purchase. I'm not going to set it up. If you want to see this in action, look at my part 2 video for overlanding the Tahoe National Forest. I did set that up and was using it there. It's a few videos back now, but it was overlanding the Tahoe National Forest part 2. I think this is just an Amazon purchase. They're not very expensive. They do come with like their own pouch you can put them back into. I'm tired of trying to put something into a pouch that's barely big enough to hold the material, so I put things into a larger pouch now. And speaking of which, the Julka shower tent gives you plenty of room to put the thing back inside that bag, which is awesome. Not a lot of manufacturers do that. So yeah, you just need this, and I think I did get some extra rope. And these are really cool because they have these loops in them. So as you come around a tree and you want to tighten it up to a specific loop, you can just do this one, or you know, if the tree's larger, you can come down, do a loop down here. These ones with the loops in them, really handy. So I think I got an extra one in addition to what came with the hammock. So let's see if I can tell you this. This is it says Winner Outfitters, W-I-N-N-E-R. I guess that's the brand. So Winner Outfitters. Okay, that's my hammock. Okay, next up is this Plano box. I call it my camping box. It's kind of a catch-all for all these miscellaneous camping things I want to bring along with me, which is way too much. And like I said before, this is by no means me saying this is what you need to bring with you. This is just the things I, at least at this point in time, feel I need to bring. And I know it's way too much, but this is what I bring. This is lubricant for the zipper on my Alocab awning. Flagging, just if I need to get friends to find where I am, kind of lead them in on a trail. Straps, extra Velcro straps, different lengths. These are really handy. Extra pair of reading glasses. Yep. Some extra cords for powering up GoPros or iPhones. Some Gorilla Tape. This can be very handy sometimes. Double-sided tape, which also can be very handy at times. Some rubber bands and some things that grab the edges of awnings so you can pull them down in a storm. If you guys having wood fires and I want to help start a wood fire, these are kind of handy. Some aspirin. This is Tylenol, actually. Lock. You never know when you're at like a bear box in a campground area and you want to lock up a bear box. Kind of handy to have. And then extra batteries. Most things now are chargeable though, so I don't know how much I need these anymore. You know, everything's chargeable via USB, so maybe overkill. I might take those out. And then zip ties, various lengths, sizes of zip ties. These can be very handy as well. So that's pretty much it for that part. Okay, we'll go over what else I have in this box. This is a solar light. There's a solar panel here, and this is an LED light, and this is motion activated. It's kind of cool if you're in a campground and you want to know if somebody's walking around your vehicle at night. This will come on, or a bear, I guess. This is a little, what I call like a foot pad. You know, if you're changing your clothes and you don't want to put your feet, if they're wet, into sand or mud, just changing your clothes and stepping on a little pad like that's really handy. This is super handy. I have a lead weight, and this is probably about 50 feet of paracord, and this is what I use to put my trash up in the trees at night, especially if I'm in bear country. So I'll just whip that lead weight up a branch and then let it come back down, and then, you know, tie the other end of the paracord to a trash bag and pull it up in a tree. I do take that pretty seriously. I don't want a bear trying to get into my rig or tear up my garb bag sitting on the back of the vehicle. So extra light, although really with my lights on my awning now, this is very rarely needed. Let's see. These are shower pads for my geyser system. I don't have it here with me. I'll feature that another time. But the geyser shower system is really neat. It's really low water usage, and you've probably seen people from Expo have been using it. It's really a neat product. Okay, this is just a sunshade, I guess, for your front windshield of your vehicle. This is just some extra. It's a USB light string, kind of the real small ones. Haven't used them yet because I have the other light string up. That will probably be something I won't bring anymore. This is really handy to have, a poncho. So definitely keep that with me. Extra ones of these starters. The one I have now crapped out, so I was looking for these. These are handy. These little, these are made by Coleman, citronella candles. And just a little candle you light at night to keep mosquitoes away. Seem to work pretty good. Let's see. Oh, this is a netting for your head. So if you had a lot of mosquitoes around, you could throw this over your hat. Even this hat, it would work, and it would keep the mosquitoes off of you. Keep some extra mittens in there. And this, I think, is my other mosquito thing. Yeah, this is Thermacell. Yeah, these actually work pretty good. I was kind of thinking, really, do they really work that well? But yeah, I've used this several times now, and this does work pretty good for a couple people. It's not going to create the whole campground free of mosquitoes, but in a close-knit area, this will definitely keep the mosquitoes away. And I keep extra fluid in here with this, so that seems to work pretty good. We'll get mosquito bug spray, toilet paper, axe and sterno fluid for starting fires, and more paracord, which I probably could get rid of this. I never use it, but that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for that box. Okay, so this is what I call my kitchen items Plano box. And on top I have a Nalgene bottle. These are handy for multiple things. Gives you milliliters and ounces. Really cool for that. This is a griddle that I got, and I think it's an Amazon purchase. But I actually had MBX Northbound Expeditions make a custom bag for this, and boy, it came out perfect. He did a great job. That's a griddle. This is a GSI pan. You guys know GSI, they make great products. This has been used dozens of times. Great pan. Love that pan. Got various lids, these collapsible. These are really handy for different portions of food that you might want to store with a lid to go with it. This is for the Tembo Tusk. You can put it on there as a warming, or if you could do something like Cinnabons, that sort of thing. You can put those on a Tembo Tusk and cook things. Let's see. Got some bowls, disposable. Got some extra spoons, knives, forks. A lot of times I like to just use plastic now and just dispose of it, but I also use that. Probably about 50% of the time I'll go with that. I got these double duty bags. You guys should know what these are. They're for disposing on toilets, and it's kind of like a double system. So once you do your business into the first bag, you have a second bag with a Ziploc system to encase the first bag. Really nice. I like those. This is kind of a cool thing. It just holds paper plates, gives you a little more stability, and if you have something heavy on it, holds it up better. And then some extra Ziploc bags. And then a plate for toast. That's about it for the kitchen bag setup. All right, move on to the next one. Okay, this is what I call kind of my catch-all electrical, anything to do with solar or any sort of power things. So this is a cord for the Airby fridge. If I had to pull it off for whatever reason, the wiring didn't work between the refrigerator and the battery, I could run it off my Wagon Tech lithium cube battery. Geyser, this is for my geyser shower system to power that. These are solar panel cords. Just a USB cord, an extension USB cord. Male on one end, female on the other. That I don't know if I really need anymore. More solar connectors. Oh, that's for my awning. So that connects my awning to the 12-volt power system. It's good to label these things too. This is for the lithium cube. So if I wanted to charge up my external battery, my lithium cube 1200, I could plug it into my vehicle charger and power up the lithium cube through my vehicle if I ever needed to do that. Haven't needed to do that yet. Some extra wire, just because it's an electrical bag, I put the wire in there. You never know when a wire is gonna, crack or break between 2 points in a vehicle, so having some extra wire is nice. Just another USB connector, and then this is a little 12-volt battery, or 12-volt voltmeter. So this will tell you voltage, watts, amps, that sort of thing. These can be very handy to troubleshoot. So I keep that right in this bag. That's pretty much it. So again, using a Work Pro bag to hold these. There are all sorts of sizes, and that's why I really like them. I can just make them as compact as I need it to be, and so that bag works good for all my kind of electrical related items. Okay, just 2 more things to go. This is a Step 22 bag. Pangolin. Yeah, pangolin. He always names it after these weird creatures. These are the ones that roll up into a ball. But it's a tool bag, and boy, he makes some nice stuff. So this just rolls out. In the open pouch area, I have the big boy stuff. Big wrench, hammer, another wrench, plumber's tile, and a couple extensions, long ones, and then also this bag was for wrenches. So these are generally mainly metric. There's a few English SAE ones I guess you'd put in here, but these are what I use to bring with me on my trips. This bag is basically sockets for the wrench and the wrench itself. Mainly metric. I think I might have one set of SAE. These are pliers and wire, so basically cutting tools, wire cutters, needle nose, pliers, more wire cutters. You get the idea. All right. Next bag says vice grips and bit set. Oh yeah, these bit sets are handy to have for different weird things you need to tighten up or loosen up if you have to. Then that goes with the bit set. Some Loctite, vice grips, little file. These can be handy. And then needle nose vice grips, which are also can be handy. And then the last bag says magnet and hex tools. Yeah, so we have the hex tools in here, both the metric and SAE, I think. And then a little magnet. That's a magnet. A little mirror. What else? Chisel. Little wrenches. A marker. These can be handy. I have both a big black felt marker and a silver one for black objects. That works really good. A little pair of scissors, a little wire brush. So tiny, small little screwdrivers. So that's it for the tool bag. It's fairly complete. It's some people bring even more than that, amazingly enough, but that's as much as I'm ever going to bring on my trips. Okay, last item for the day. So this is another Plano box. This is mainly for fluids, this box. So I have 2 bottles of Jeep oil, gear lube, really long and wide, very strong zip ties. This is basically windshield fluid to wipe the windshields if they're really dirty. This is ATF fluid, but it can also be used for power steering fluid in a pinch. So ATF being automatic transmission fluid. Throttle body air intake cleaner. It's basically a carb cleaner. WD-40. This is starter fluid. If you ever want to try the exciting setting the bead back on your tire. Brake fluid. Just some little nozzles. This is radiator and heater core stop leak. Watched a video of some guys in Australia one time. They had a radiator leak. It was a real problem. So have some of that in there, and then some more brake fluid, and then a couple of different types of gasket sealers, or gasket makers. So that's pretty much it for that box, and that wraps up the gear I bring. Yeah, I know it's a lot. I don't know. I think I can pare down some things, but that's also why I try to control the weight I'm putting on this Jeep. So hope you guys enjoyed that kind of review of what I bring. And again, it's not for everyone. Not saying you have to have all these things. Far from it. So, but it gives you an idea of what may be important to you. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video. So this wraps up my overlanding gear video. I don't expect anyone to match what I am doing, but I hope you found some ideas for yourself when overlanding in the future. Please like and subscribe, as it will really help the channel grow. Thanks so much.